Thanks.
Next question is Representative Dunbar.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I guess we're on our second round through here, so it's nice to see everybody still here. I will drift slightly away from the budget for once. In the last 3 weeks, I've been sticking to the budget, but there is somewhat provincial type item that I did want to discuss with DHS. About a year ago, at an independent living unit near my district, DHS came and started knocking on doors in that independent living unit. It was part of a continuing care retirement community, and after they knocked on the doors, asked seniors questions, and after that, it pretty much said that, well, they're in violation, and we want these individuals moved from independent living to a more expensive, higher care level of care, which there was still some debate whether that was necessary or not. I guess my question is, doesn't that contradict exactly what we're trying to do as far as aging in place? That's one question. And secondly, is this something that's going on all over the state? Is this going on in HUD 202 units as well? What exactly is the story?
So I think I'm familiar with the provider that you're referring to. And when you say we came and knocked on the door, I think that was after a complaint. This was a complaint-driven process. So we had received a complaint, and then we're looking into it. I will say, so my understanding is that the entity meets the definition of a personal care home, which has licensure requirements. And so, we are left with the responsibility to enforce the statute. Having said that, I do think that we may want to take a look at these existing statutory definitions. And to your point, I think we do want more people to be served in the community, and that's the goal. We also want to make sure they're being served at the same time they're safe and their health is taken care of. But I think this might be an area where we need to have statute catch up with what's happening, and so I think that might be a good opportunity to kind of have those discussions.
I agree, and I think we need to define things a little bit properly to actually fit with what we've already stated as far as aging in place, and if our regulations don't address that we certainly need to. In the interim, this facility is caught up in a kind of catch-22, and it's been an ongoing process for over a year, and it's really frustrating as heck. And I would ask that the secretary please take a look at what's going on there. So without a phone call, without someone reporting or something like that, you do not have the authority to go and inspect an independent living unit?
I don't know that we don't have the authority. I think in this particular case, this was complaint-driven, is my understanding.
I understand that.
So you're asking if we have the authority?
I'm asking if you have the authority without the complaint.
So in this particular instance, because there was also a personal care home on the same grounds as the independent living facility, that's what triggered us to review it, because the actual staff, we understand, were providing services at the independent living facility. So I think it's an area where we want to make sure that folks that are living in those facilities are able to do so, but in a way that's safe for them. So I think there are opportunities for us to work with everyone to figure out what exactly we should be doing in terms of our responsibility, and just even looking at maybe some other states and what their experiences have been in these situations, because I don't think it's just an issue for Pennsylvania. I think we're probably seeing this across the country. So certainly opportunities to continue that discussion.
Okay, and just so I understand, if this facility had not, if you had not received a complaint, would you have had the authority to go in?
In terms of the actual personal care home being on the same grounds as the facility, we may have been looking at the personal care home, which
I can understand that.
At the staff that would be used in the facility. And if the staff of the personal care home were actually also providing services in the independent living facility, that may have triggered our review.
Okay. All right, and I think we may need to have we certainly will have continuing conversations about it and try and get the legislation done to correct the definitions. But it is very frustrating, not only for the facility, but for the individuals that live in the facility. And that's my greatest concern, is they expressing back to me, Representative, we're going to have to move, or what's going to happen, we're going to get closed down. And it's very frustrating that not only the whole process, but the process has taken over a year. So I appreciate you looking into it. Thank you.